23rd of July. Very good evening from Europe. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, guys. Piotr here, this Light Forex Global YouTube channel. For me, it's like pre-Tokyo Open. I should be in the bed already, but because of what happened, I decided to go through a few charts just to check what we might expect tomorrow, especially taking into the consideration that, you know, not much stuff is gonna to happen over the Tokyo session because of the Japan on the during the bank holiday. We just have PMI manufacturing and services when it comes to the Australia, then PMI day in in Europe, and then of course towards the end of the week we have PMI in US. Well, a little bit of miss when it comes to the timing, because I've been expecting this type of the price action yesterday towards the end of the session, but you know, some say better later than never. So without a further delay, let's check what is going on. The good start is going to be the Nasdaq. And if you remember our latest conversation, right, that the weekly open could be the key. Well, now it could be the key for the sellers. Well, if any, to be honest with you, I did expect this type of the price action yesterday, right? So we were trying to hold twice top of the previous swing high, right? We're trying to hold twice. I've been expecting the formal swing high is gonna to hold. But if you are going to switch to intraday charts, there was a possibility to trade that one twice to the long side from the intraday perspective. Anyway, from the higher time frame, finally, medium, long term, it's better. Still struggling, but better for me. From intraday perspective, still doing well. And don't forget that you can monitor what I'm doing. A link is in the description. Of course, you might be a little bit confused because there are 3 or 4 different strategies inside the one account. So what is important? Break of the weekly open. On the other hand, from the buyer's perspective, from the Fed, because Fed is the buyer, the good thing is that we closed tiny, but anyway, we closed a little bit above Monday low, right? But for me, it's clear. For now, from the seller's perspective, either weekly open, right? Or the previous swing high. This one this time, we are looking for this one this time, because of those 2 lower shadows, right? So either from here to look for these stops, or from here to look for these stops. When it comes to the distances, of course, it would be better to see the Nasdaq rally towards these levels and trying to fade the rallies towards these levels. Now, that's from the seller's perspective. What about the buyer's perspective? Well, there is, in my opinion, only one line for now, all right? So it's the previous week low, all right? Previous week low, and what we've seen 2 weeks ago low, right? So the only way you wanna try to approach the long side ahead of the weekend is the stop count with immediately rejection when it comes to the intraday chart. So on a smaller time frame, you wanna either see this type of the action with the lower shadow, right? Or you wanna see number 2, okay? You wanna see some kind of the engulf, whatever, some kind of the reversal around this very important low. I do prefer stop count and reversal. I do prefer this setup when it comes to the Nasdaq. Okay, USA. Now, let's have a look what we have when it comes to the FX, right? Let's start with Aussie. Well, huge monster break and almost the same when it comes to the supply. So overall, what is going on the Australian dollar? The bears finally stepped in and trying to take over. When we might say the bears are back, only on the move below this swing high, below this previous high and rejection over here. So overall, what we are talking about is 70, 20 and 70 round number psychological level. Can we create monster upper shadow and can we make close like a doji? Of course. From the medium and long-term perspective, Australian dollar for the sellers should be on a waiting list, and we should monitor what is going on tomorrow, closer towards the end of the session. But if you are aggressive trader, right? If you are aggressive trader, what do you want to see? You want to see retest levels close to either, because it's not, one can call it swing high, right? But watch today's close. Well, it's not that clear, right? We didn't close below 50% of this rising candle, so well, I wouldn't call it swing high. But you want to see what is going to happen around today's open, right, and the Tuesday high. So these levels around these upper shadows you should monitor. When it comes to the buyers, again, as we discussed with the Nasdaq, when it comes to the buyers, right, you are watching the price action around the previous swing high which been broken. So you want to see stop count towards 70.20 and you want to see lower shadow and weekly close above, right? That's how I see the things when it comes to the Australian dollar. The next one discussed is a stop count on the Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen. All right. So finally, that's happened. Thank you. There is a possibility of the swing high creation. So what I want to see during the Tokyo session, I want to see retest of the levels close to 80, reversal on a smaller time frame, and I'm going to reject. Where is the first demand? The first demand is the 50% of that range, so levels close to 79.10, 79 level. But I'm seller here when it comes to the CAD yen. And the last one for today, cable. Beast. We haven't hit that high yet. That's what I'm gonna to look for yesterday, right? So I wanna see clearing these stops, right? But it could turn out that we are trading swing high. So Tokyo session for me, two setups, swing high or retest with the stop count of this supply discussed earlier this week. Guys, plenty of opportunities probably tomorrow. One thing very important, if you are very good this week, right, you might want to start your weekend earlier, right? There is no reason why you shouldn't. If your week was very, very bad, don't try to recover on Friday, because you might double your losses. But if you are, well, you know, if you are good, if you are in a good shape, not huge profit, not huge loss, of course, the Friday tomorrow, especially because of the PMI, it could be your day. Don't be trapped. See you around. Have a great, well, in Europe, have a great night. Wherever you are, have a great rest of the day and Tokyo trading session. Take care. Good night.